Hi, everybody. I'm Matt Episcopo, and thank you for joining me on this webinar, Power Up Your Success. Let's get straight away to this. We've got a lot of great things to cover tonight, and I really appreciate you giving me some of your time. It is going to make a difference, as you're just about to see. So I'm going to share my screen with you and begin the slideshow. Excellent. Here we go.
Matt, I heard you have the ability to take anyone, any age, male or female, and virtually transform the quality of their communication. They become massively effective.
I want you to have this feeling that you know what to do move by move, step by step, where I actually take your hand and lead you through a process that will enable you to do the things that you want to do.
What I just witnessed from Matt was up there with the likes of Robert Cialdini, Kevin Hogan, some of the best influencers and persuaders ever. I would put Matt right up there with those names. So what an honour to be here. Thank you.
How many people here tonight have that happen to them? Excellent, excellent.
Based on my 21 years of law enforcement experience, I've developed a system that's easy to do and easy to implement. I've trained thousands of people, and so far I haven't had one person tell yet.
I want you to have a feeling as if it was your birthday and you got to make a wish. And that wish came true.
In just a few seconds, you codified and organized behaviors that I can use to gain control of a situation without offending or hurting anybody. It was marvelous.
You just visit my website at mattepiscopo.com. I have some gifts for you. 5 free training videos that start that process.
I'm telling you, if you want to create success in your life, you need to know Matt Episcopo.
So that's just a little bit about my background, a little promo video that I had made. And my background, which I'll get into, is I have well over 3,000 documented hours of very specific and specialized training in law enforcement. I started out at the age of 16 as a volunteer fireman in my hometown, and through that, it got me interested in law enforcement. I became a professional photographer for a short time, and I entered law enforcement, the Madison County Sheriff's Office, New York State, in 1990. Through my time there, I rose up through the ranks. As you can see, I've taken all sorts of very specialized and very specific police training. I was a road patrol deputy, a sergeant of investigations, a lieutenant, and eventually ended my career as the captain of the criminal division for the Madison County Sheriff's Office as the third highest ranking person within that agency. The sheriff is an elected official. They're elected every 4 years. He appoints his number 2 person, which is the undersheriff. And then there is 2 captains. One is the captain of corrections and one is captain of the criminal division. So I was in charge of everything except for the jail. Through my career, I had the opportunity to have some very exciting opportunities come my way, such as I was a canine officer. As you can see, I am the one on the right-hand side, in case you can't tell. And that is my partner, Canine Cyclone. That was me when I was a patrol deputy. And through the years, I won a number of awards. Anything that I've decided to take part in, I focus and I master. And I take on mentors, and they teach me the things that I need to do, and I systematize what it is that I do. And that's part of what leads me to my success. This is a President Gorbachev of Russia. When he came to town, I was on his presidential protection detail. This is a photograph of me in the newspaper shaking President Gorbachev's hand, and you'll see in his left hand he's holding a photo that I had taken of him, and that's the one you just saw, the one on the right-hand side. Also, I was on the protection detail for the Dalai Lama and also President Clinton on 2 separate occasions. I've had a whole bunch of awards given to me, a few of them that you're seeing here in front of you, the highest of which is the Medal of Honor. And this is a photo of me right before I retired with all of my awards on in full dress uniform. And this is a photo of me now with my family. It's my son Brandon, my wife Brenda. This is what I do now. I've retired in 2011 as a highly decorated captain, and this has enabled me to now deconstruct what it was that I did at the sheriff's office and now pass that along to you. I now have the ability to make my own schedule and be with my family when I want to be, when I want to go to my son's football games, if we want to go take a picnic, go out on the lake on a boat, travel. I get to do these things, and I want you to have the same abilities that I have. Well, I want to let you know I'm no different than a lot of people. I didn't do well in school. This is one of my report cards. I was always the class clown. I was always the kid looking to get attention, and I was always the kind of student that if something interested me, I mastered it. If it didn't interest me, you couldn't get me to do it. And so I had a hard time in school. But we're here to target the problem and get focused. Now, the problem may be that right here, if you look at my pointer, all you see is this right here, the little picture. I'm going to teach you how to see the big picture. Not only see the big picture, but focus right in like you've never focused before. So what is this all about? As I have alluded to already, it's about family. It's about you being able to support your family and be with your family and not have the stress that has come with the economy today. Year after year after year, the prices have gone up of everything, whether it be gas prices, food prices, utility bills, vacations. Everything goes up except your pay. Even insurance. I don't know about you, but my insurance just recently doubled for health care. It's just amazing what's going on in this country right now and around the world. And it gets harder and harder to meet the basic requirements of paying bills, and it puts stress on people. You're working longer hours and doing less things that you like to do under your design and under your conditions when you want to do them. So I'm here to ask you tonight, are you ready for a change? I think you are, because obviously if you signed up for this webinar and you're viewing this webinar, that tells me that you are ready for a change, which is fantastic. Good for you for taking the first step. That's taking action. We're going to play on that theme in just a little bit, but I want to start out by telling you a little story. Start with a cage containing 5 monkeys. In the cage, hang a banana on a string and put a set of stairs under it. Before long, a monkey will go to the stairs and start to climb towards the banana. As soon as the monkey touches the stairs, spray all the monkeys with cold water. After a while, another monkey makes an attempt with the same result. All the monkeys are sprayed with cold water. Pretty soon, when any monkey tries to climb the stairs, the other monkeys will try to prevent it. Now turn off the cold water. Remove one monkey from the cage and replace it with a new one. The new monkey sees the banana and wants to climb the stairs. To his horror, all the other monkeys attack him. After another attempt and attack, he knows that if he tries to climb the stairs, he'll be assaulted. Next, remove another of the original 5 monkeys and replace it with a new one. The newcomer goes to the stairs and is attacked. The previous newcomer takes part in the punishment with great enthusiasm. Again, replace a third original monkey with a new one. The new monkey makes it to the stairs and is attacked as well. 2 of the 4 monkeys that beat him have no idea why they're not permitted to climb the stairs or why they're participating in the beating of the newest monkey, but they do it anyway. After replacing the 4th and 5th original monkeys, all of the monkeys which have been sprayed with cold water have been replaced. Nevertheless, no monkey ever again approaches the stairs. Why? Because that's the way it's always been done around here. This is a series of slides that I use all the time when I teach at the police academy, because I want the cadets to have a shift in mindset, and I'm putting the same thing out forward to you. A lot of people don't know about a paradigm. This is a perfect illustration of a paradigm. People do things all the time, over and over and over again, but they don't have a clue why, because that's always the way it's been done around here. I'm going to ask you later if you're a monkey or if you're willing to make the change. I think you're willing to make the change because there is a solution. I've deconstructed the system that I've developed as the captain of the Madison County Sheriff's Criminal Division. This was an article that was printed in the local newspaper when I was promoted. I was 36 years old when I got promoted, and the sheriff is quoted as saying, "Episcopo's success is his ability to deal with people and make proper decisions and work well in a crisis. That is what I deconstructed. How was I able to do that day to day with all the things that I was tasked with accomplishing? And now I get to put that out there to you. First, tonight, we're going to go over structure. This is mission critical. You have to know what your mission statement is, what your vision is, what your goals. We're going to use time boxing, your perfect day, all these different things. You have to have structure and discipline, both personally and professionally. You're doing it so far by taking action, but structure and discipline are two key components, as well as providing killer content. I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have structure in place, that's sort of the framework and the discipline to enact on what you're learning with the killer content, you're not going to have success. If you combine these three things, the structure, the discipline, and the content, you are going to see a massive difference in your success and in the time rate in which you achieve that success that you're looking for. I've created a thing called the Power Persuasion System. It's exactly what I did when I was in law enforcement. It's exactly the same thing that I use to teach the best interviewers in the world. There's a set of trainings, videos, MP3s, documents, bonus materials. The bonus materials are absolutely incredible. I'm just going to walk you through what the Power Persuasion System is and give you a couple little tips here for your benefit. So the first letter is the letter P, and that stands for prepare. We go through and talk about proper preparation. Mentally rehearsing. Mental rehearsal is huge. Dressing for success. That makes a big difference. Anyone that's taken my classes will know that there's two key components. Upon meeting someone for the first time, you're judged in the first 7 seconds on how you're dressed and how you shake hands. I'm going to teach you also how to gain control of any situation and have the confidence that you need. Then we move to the letter O, which stands for observe. You're going to be reading people's nonverbal body language, their nonverbal communications. It's incredible because, as I said earlier with the illustration of that target, people only see the small part, but over 80% of all human communications is non-verbally. If you are only focused on the 20%, and furthermore, 7% is only the spoken word, you're missing the big picture. It's not only important to know how to read other people's body language so that you know what questions to ask them, to know where to guide them and help them and serve them better, but also your own body language. What are you saying to them? Being a good listener. This is also key because you cannot take in information you can't observe if you're the one doing the talking. You have to be a good listener, and you have to make people feel as if they're being listened to. How to ask open-ended questions so that you can then practice the skills of being a good listener. And here's a little tip for you. If you're talking to somebody, don't look at your watch. When you're looking at your watch, you're giving them some nonverbal clues that you have someplace better to be, and maybe they're not important, and they feel rushed and they can't open up to you and give you the quality information. Many times when I'm talking to someone, I'll even take my watch off, I'll set it down on the table next to them, and make a statement such as, you're the most important person in the room here today. I have all the time in the world for you. What a confidence booster that is for them, and it makes you look great. I also will tell you one more tip about a clock or watch. If I'm in a room with somebody and I have the ability to set them so that they are not in view of a clock, I'll put the clock so it's to their back so they cannot look at the time either. Just a couple little tips for you. The W stands for win them over. How to build rapport instantly with anybody. That is one of the things that I was known for in my career in law enforcement. I didn't have the luxury of picking and choosing who I wanted to talk to and when I wanted to talk to that ideal person. I got a call on my radio that said, respond to this exact location or address and talk to this person about X. I had no choice. I had to be a social chameleon. I had to learn how to talk in any situation, take command of that situation, and build rapport with people. And you don't build rapport just once. You build rapport for life. You have to go into this with a mindset of we're building long-term, building blocks and foundations of success for long-term business relationships. That's what we want, long-term business relationships. When you're being a good listener and you're building rapport, you're going to reflect back to them because that eliminates chances of error in communication. You may think you're hearing something one way, but you may be perceiving it differently than what they intend. So you reflect back to them to make sure that your information is absolutely spot on. You're going to take people on a journey. That's what people do with their friends. They go places with them. These are techniques that you're going to learn. And people only do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So this is all important on winning them over. This piece is huge. This is the emotional connection. If you're into sales, this is where you get your sales from. Why are they connected to you? Tell your story. It has to have an emotional hook to it. You absolutely have an obligation to help people out. You have a gift. I teach you how to identify what your gift is and how to phrase it in a way that makes an emotionally compelling story based on the truth, by painting pictures with words and knowing how they need to feel. And it doesn't have to be sales. It's just helping them with anything. It doesn't matter if it's nutrition. It doesn't matter if it has an artistic component, an entertainment component, a business component. It doesn't matter. People are people. That's why people say, this is an interesting thing. You're a police officer, but I'm not a police officer. It doesn't matter. You're missing the point. The point is, I know how to connect with people and move them into a direction of success, just like I'm doing with you right here. And the object is to retain these people, know how to close the deal, overcome objections, retain your clients so that they absolutely love and adore you and want to be raving fans and refer you to their friends and family. And then you have to know what to do next. Here's something that I absolutely guarantee you. My proven system is easy to do and easy to master. It will quickly make you massively effective, and you'll have the ability to power up your success. So thank you for joining me here tonight. But I also have to be honest with you. I need to thank some special people. One of them, very much so, is my mentor, Joel Bauer. I give credit where credit is due. I'm a culmination in my life right now of many different mentors. I've been exposed to many different experiences in my life, and it doesn't matter if it's personally or professionally. All those experiences have made me into the man that I am today. But one person in particular, Joel Bauer, has just really shaped what I've done since I've retired from the sheriff's office. And he's given me the ability to put on webinars, put on live trainings, to travel literally around the world and do what I love to do. So I have no problem giving thanks to people, and Joel's one of those people. Before I held one of my last live seminars, Joel was kind enough to get on social media and write the following words, quote, "I would hang on every direction and move that Matthew makes tomorrow, as I've experienced the brilliant practical content that you will be gifted. Retired Captain Matthew Episcopo will reveal techniques, processes, and systems enabling you to persuade, negotiate, and influence virtually anyone that you come in contact with ethically and morally. Income and self-esteem will be your reward. If I could only be in two places at the same time, I'd be with you training with Mr. Episcopo tomorrow morning." Thank you very much, Joel, for everything that you've done for me. And I'm paying it forward by taking the gifts that I've been given and giving them back to you in the system that I'm about to reveal. Why am I here doing this tonight? I'm going to tell you straight out, because I want to be your mentor. I want to teach you the things that I've learned, because I've already retired. I've had my career. I've had my fun. I've got great memories and drawers and drawers and drawers and boxes and tubs full of awards and certificates from over 21 years of law enforcement in my career. Now I want to take those gifts, and I had a decision to make. What do I do? Do I do something completely different, or do I take it and roll it up into a baton and pass it along to you as if we're running a relay race? I can take that information and pass it along to you and live vicariously through you to see your success. And nothing makes me more happy than when I teach somebody something and they come back raving about how great the results were. I absolutely love that. So let's start right out by giving you some information. I'm going to take several different tips out of the Matt Episcopo playbook, if you will, and one of them is time boxing. Time boxing is something that I used in my career with great success. Now, I have found that when you become an inner circle member with me, I've set it up in a way that's doable, because I'm going to tell you something. As you saw, I wasn't good in school, and when people present me with a lot of information, I can't take in all the information. I have to chunk it down. Chunking down information is something that sounds simple, but don't underestimate the power of it. Chunking information down helps you manage things. If you can't do anything and you can't do things effectively, you're not useful. You're not as useful as you could be. You're not effective. My job at the sheriff's office was to get people up and running and make them massively effective, because we were dealing with life and death situations. If we can do that in that situation, this is a piece of cake. Now, I'm old school, but I kind of have transitioned into modern day electronics and different things that we use. So I'm going to walk you through this. Time boxing I used when I was in the sheriff's office on regular old index cards. Let's take a look. Write down all of the things that you want to get done for the day. Everything from writing, creating content, planning your next project, answering your email, balancing your checkbook. It doesn't matter what. Take an index card and just make a list of things that you want to get done for that day. After you've done that, well, here's a picture of some of the index cards just to show you. You can write things down on that. After you've done that, assign a specific time to each task or group of tasks. Anything from 15 minutes to 2 hours. Chunks of 30 minutes or less work best. Again, as I've said, chunking things down is a really super powerful technique. Please, please, please don't just listen to this. Take action. Take notes on what I'm talking about here. Do this. You're going to see a difference. I challenge people right now. Listen, I do this myself. This isn't just some theory that I've come up with, some wacky idea. This is things that I've done in my career and still currently do. You've seen the awards, you've seen the success, you've seen everything that I do. This is no joke. But people discount this because it sounds so simple. They miss it. Beauty is in simplicity. So here's my challenge to you. Do it and prove me wrong. It won't happen. So try it out. Try these things. They're so simple and make such a big difference. So step 2 is specific time for each group of tasks. And then the next thing that you're going to do, let's get my slide to change here. There we go. Number 3, select a task and then start a timer, like an egg timer, and focus on nothing but accomplishing that task. That means you don't answer the phone, you don't get up for a drink, you don't log into Facebook, and none of that. Remain focused at the task at hand. So for example, if you wrote down something that you need to do is check and answer emails, and you assigned yourself 30 minutes for that, there's all sorts of timers that you can use now, all sorts of them. You can use a digital timer, a timer on your smartphone. You can use a stopwatch, an egg timer. It doesn't matter what. Simply put 30 minutes on it, and you do nothing but that email. If the phone rings, ignore it. If you start to get tempted by other things, don't do it. You have to know that because your brain functions well under pressure. People don't realize this. When you have a time limit and you see that you have to accomplish a task, your body and your brain likes that, because then it knows there's an end to it and a result that's going to happen. So by simply writing something down, now you're committed to it, assigning a time to it, and now doing nothing but that, you are going to be so much more effective at what you do. You're going to love the results of this. If you practice these 3 simple steps regularly, it will totally revolutionize the way that you get things done in your life, guaranteed. Now, the next thing that you see here is I've taken it a step further, and I've bought the rights to some software that my Inner Circle members will be gifted somewhere around week 10. And what this does is this allows you right on your desktop. You don't even have to use index cards. This will allow you to time box. You can put all the different tasks that you have in here, and a timer runs. It has some software that'll tell you how much time it's going to take and what time of day it's going to be if you complete all these tasks. If you click up over here, it'll give you a log of everything that you've completed and how long you've done. I mean, this thing is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But it's one of my small gifts to my Inner Circle members.
Hi, I'm Dr. Janet Bruno, and I'm a physician entrepreneur. And I just want to say a few words about Matt. I had the honor of seeing him speak and getting to know him really well this weekend. And I have to say that from my background, I actually worked with the Sheriff's Department in California for a number of years. So I know Matt's background, and I know what he's been through and the qualities that were developed over his career with the Sheriff's Department. And yet, despite many of the qualities that people have typically in that role, Matt has a tremendous big heart, a huge human connection side that I saw immediately. And that, combined with his ability to communicate, because I saw him speaking on the stage, is a tremendous, tremendous connection. And I think this is a valuable thing he shares with people on how to really connect, communicate your message. And I think if you have an opportunity to either train with Matt or have him speak, I really think you should go for that opportunity.
Let me give you another tip here. We're talking about preparation, the art of mental rehearsal. I've talked about this a little bit earlier, but this is huge. Another one of those things that costs you nothing to implement, nothing, and it makes such a big difference. All you have to do is, before you do a task, mentally rehearse it. If you have to, close your eyes, because that takes away all the visual distractions and other elements. If you have to, get in a quiet place. That's fine, but all I want you to do is actually picture what it is that you're about to do, and picture yourself doing it successfully, and then seeing all the people around you that are happy because you just did what it is that you did, and the success that comes from it. I do this all the time. Now, sometimes I do entertainment. I love to do comedy and magic. That's a big passion of mine. That's been part of my balance in life. Before I take the stage, I mentally rehearse going out there and performing the different illusions that I'm going to do, and how happy the people are, and getting the applause and all that. Sometimes before I go in for an interview of something, I mentally rehearse, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to guide them down this path, and this is the agreement that we're going to come to, and it's going to be mutually beneficial to both of us, and we're both going to be happy, and we're going to shake hands, and that's the start of a great long-term business relationship. And I go in and do it, because if you practice what it is that you're about to do and you've visioned it, again, you're programming your body and your brain for success. So don't take these things for granted. This is something that's very, very, very effective, because your inner game will affect your outer game every single time. Now, there's something that I would like to pass along to you. This is called the power pose. This is another thing that if you just need a little shot of energy, a little boost of power, this is something that you can do. And this is based, again, on fact. This isn't some kooky thing that I came up with. Someone much smarter than me that went to Harvard came up with this. And if you look right down here at the very bottom of the page, I give credit. I don't try and mask things and say, hey, these are things that I came up with. It's not things I came up with. It's things that I utilize and have success with. So that's very, very, very important right there. As a matter of fact, let's do something right now. I'm going to pop in an offer for you right here. I'm going to put in the power pose action map right now. So if you take a look at your screen, you're going to see, let me say display offer, there we go. Right now in the sidebar, you're going to see a download. If you hit the download button, let me just see if I have to come off this screen for a moment and come back to my screen here. There we go. If you take a look in the sidebar, right now I put in there, download now. If you click on that, then what it's going to do is it's going to take you to one of my action maps. And you can download this for free. This is my gift to you for being one of the people that takes action and came here tonight. So let's click on that button, and you're going to see that it takes you to a whole new page. It's going to say ME Power Pose Map. Click on the link down below it, and here's what's going to happen. You're going to be able to download this. I'm going to hit trust on this so mine downloads for you. So we're going to take a look at this. I'm going to come back over to my Hangout. I'm going to share screen, and let's take a look at this. This one here. Perfect. Start sharing the screen. So if you take a look at this right now, you're going to see that you can get more confidence in 2 minutes a day just by doing this. And this was developed by Amy Cuddy, who was in Harvard Business School. She did research and backs this up. So by doing this for just 2 minutes a day, feel free, again, download this, print it out, laminate it. Oh, wait, there's more. There's more. Let me do this. Let me pop in one more offer for you. You're going to see with these action maps, let me display this one, offer display, there we go. So I'm going to remove, I don't know if I can have two on at the same time, let me just see here. Display offer, power pose instructions. Okay, right now the instructions are being displayed. So I've included the map itself and the instructions. Let's take a look at this. For 2 minutes a day, you stand with your hands on your waist, with your hands in the air and your feet spread apart. All you have to do this is once a day in any situation when you feel weak, stressed, or need a dose of power. Why? It increases testosterone, which is a power hormone. It decreases cortisol, which is a stress hormone. So all you have to do is just for 2 minutes a day, take these two poses, and it's going to make you feel more confident. A lot of people are going to say, Matt, that's ridiculous. Again, your brain is wired a certain way. Try these things and prove me wrong. I would love to hear how wrong I am from you. Do this, and what happens is quite the opposite. People are always emailing me and contacting me saying, you know what, I got to be honest, I thought it was ridiculous, but I said, what have I got to lose? And I tried it. And I'm amazed at how well it works. And now it's just habit forming. This is something that I do without thinking about it. Unconscious competence. Fantastic. So let's move along from here. And let's talk about taking your first point of contact and making it your first point of impact. The first point of impact consists of two things, which I've already talked about: how you're dressed and your handshake. Get either of these two things wrong in the first 7 seconds of meeting someone for the first time, and it could be disastrous. First impressions count because, as I've already said, it takes less than 7 seconds, and people are judging you. Whether you like it or not, they are sizing you up and they are judging you. Studies show it can take up to 21 repeated good experiences with a person to make up for first bad impression. Now, let's be honest. How many times do we get 21 chances to make up for something that we've done wrong the first time? Let's talk about how to dress. Power suit is a black suit. Black is the most powerful. And I can explain this very simply. If you come to my classes and my trainings, I'll put up a lot of things that demonstrate exactly why this is. But I can encapsulate it very simply for you. Coming from a magic background, there's a thing that we use called black art. Black on black makes things invisible to the eye. If it's invisible to the eye, then we don't care about it. So if you're looking at someone and they are technically blacked out, then you don't care about their height, you don't care about their weight, you don't care about style, you don't care about any of those things because they're not dialed up. You're literally blacking yourself out so that nothing's important except for what is seen, your face and your hands, which is what you're going to be communicating with, because people talk with their face, and their facial expressions and their eyes are very expressive, and many people talk with their hands. So when you wear a black suit, both for men and women, we're going to talk about this, you are blacking out everything that's not important except for your facial expressions and your hands, so you can communicate in a very powerful way. Let's take a look at this. It's arguable that one of the most powerful men in the world is the position of President of the United States. The President of the United States, being a world leader, has to literally travel around the world and do his job. He has a team of experts that dress him, and they dress him in a very specific way. If you look, and again, prove me wrong, when the President of the United States has an important function, they dress in a black suit. Don't believe this is true? Let's go back in history. Let's take a look at our very first president of the United States, George Washington. Let's take a look at Abraham Lincoln. Let's take a look at John Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, President Clinton, President Bush. It doesn't matter. Google any of the presidents. What I'm showing you here is consistently, through history, powerful people dress in black, and there is a reason for it. You are a powerful person. Do yourself a favor. Listen to what I'm saying, and let's take a look. I can put you in a power suit for less than $300. Females, been tested and proven that a black skirted suit is what tests better. Can you wear pants? Sure, you can wear pants. But again, this isn't Matt Episcopo's wacky theories and things I've come up with. This is based on research and testing, plus my own personal experience through the years. Females in a black skirted suit, men in a black suit. And there we are together, my wife Brenda and I. Come to my trainings and you'll learn exactly why this is. Become an Inner Circle member and you will have all of these tools at your disposal and know right where to get these things. As a matter of fact, let's just take a look at a case study. I was teaching at the police academy, and I told all the cadets, I want you to come in dressed your best tomorrow, as if your job depended on it. You're going to interview with me to potentially get a $50,000 a year job. So this could be the difference of having a job that pays you well with all sorts of benefits and a nice retirement, on and on and on. So take this seriously. Come in. You're going to do an interview with me, and you have to impress me. And this is what the class came in with. Some of them have a suit on. Some of them have different colors on. They don't know psychologically why they have on, what they have on, or what difference it makes to the people viewing them. Most of them figured if I have a pair of khakis on, a nice colored dress shirt and a tie, I'm dressed up. Then I taught them just as I teach my Inner Circle members. And this is the transformation that happened. You tell me what you think looks better. Exactly. Many of these people then ended up going on to become very, very successful police officers. As a matter of fact, let's just take a look at this. This is the before, and this is the after. So you can see before and after. I can prove everything that I say. I'm not talking just to hear my own voice here. I'm talking because I do care about each and every single one of you. I can make you more successful than you already are, regardless of what level of success you are. Trust me, I've worked with people that are homeless. I've worked with people that are multimillionaires and maybe even, unknown to me, billionaires, and make them more successful because I possess very specific, specialized knowledge that can help anybody regardless. So let's continue on with our case study here. Hey, Matt Episcopo here, and we're at the Carousel Mall with Chris and Steve. Say hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
And we're going to go shopping today. We're going to try and get a suit and get these guys looking sharp head to toe so they're ready to go for their job interviews. And you guys get to live vicariously through them. We're going to see the transformation from this, and wait until you see what we're going to do. We're going to use some of our persuasion tactics and skills, and hopefully we're going to get these guys looking sharp for under $300. So let's see what happens. Right, here we are in J.C. Penney's, and we're going to have these guys fitted. We'll see how they do here. You can pull that as tight as you like. He's tough.
Right. The neck measures 15, so I'm going to say a 15 and a half.
We're going to get them measured up. We've already picked out a couple of ties. Check out this blue tie. See the pattern on that is nice. And then red, color on color. We'll get that measured up and we'll be right back.
And you as well.
Arms by your side. Straight.
It's kind of tight. It's too tight.
Yep. All right, good.
My shoulders. Yeah, that's good. It's straight.
Is it the right length or no? Still a little bit.
Well,
just a squeak longer, but a little bit baggy in the chest.
He needs a 42.
Yeah. How do you think it fits? Yeah?
Sharp-dressed young man.
There he goes. I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. I mean, the jacket looks good. It really does. And then the pants with the right shoes, we'll see how they fall, because obviously
Those
the
are not the
sneakers.
proper shoes. Can I wear my basketball shoes?
You could. All right. The final look, looking good. The ball cap's going to do it for you. I would hire you. No, That looks good, man. I'm telling you, right there. That's a good look. So you got the Tommy Hilfiger, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see what we'll knock the price down to, because we'll get some kind of deal on this. And then what kind do you have going on here?
Perry Ellis.
Perry Ellis. And he's got a black on black, and he's got a good look going there as well. Fantastic. So here we are at Burlington Coat Factory. We're going to be cashing out. They got their suits. We're going to see what it totals out to. They got suits, they got belts, one's got a shirt, so we're just going to pop over, grab some shoes and a tie, and then we'll be all set, and then we'll give you the grand total in just a second. Alrighty, so we just got done shopping. We've got the suits, shirts, ties, pants, gosh, belts, the whole thing. So let's take a look. Here's shoes included, so we've got some different receipts. They're going to look through the receipts, so look at, we got shoes, we got suits, we've got shirts, ties, the whole thing, and wait until you see how good everything looks. So this one here was $78 right there. Try and focus. $78 here, $20, so we're at about 100, and I'm just looking for this one. So right there is 94, so this is about $300 total. As we said, we were going to try and budget $300. We're going to try and budget $300 to get everything, and that's with actually 3 ties, isn't it?
Yeah.
3 ties, and he's got the French cuff shirt, the cuff links, the tie, the whole thing.
Oh, even down.
Yeah.
I'm about 350.
350. All right. And again, that's with
the
cuff links, French cuff shirt, couple of ties. That's a couple of ties. So he's got options: the red tie, the blue tie, the whole thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to see down the road what they look like dressed up in their new attire. Alrighty. Thanks a bunch. That was a good day. Did you have fun today?
Yes, sir.
Did you have fun today? All right. Oh, and look what we got right here. Oh, Stone Cold is calling us. Gotta go hit that. See you guys.
Hi, my name's Chris Gregory, and one thing I learned from Mr. Episcopo is pinch your tie when you tie it. So it looks good once you dress all up.
You look good, man. I gotta tell you. All right. And you just graduated from Cazenovia Police Academy?
Yes, sir.
And let's see how you look here today. And actually, we went on a little shopping trip, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
What do you got there? Cuff links?
Got my cuff links.
Excellent, excellent. The tie, the whole thing, looking good. And you're ready to go out there and be hired as a police officer.
Yes, sir.
All right. Congratulations. So as a follow-up to this, results. Chris, the young man that you just saw here, sent me this message. Hey Matt, Chris Gregory here from the previous Cazenovia Academy, the non-military cadet that you just took suit shopping. I just wanted to let you know that I've been sworn in with the Village of Vernon PD, and the mayor and chief, Paul Thompson, loved both my suit and my interview. Thank you for everything. You've been a big help. There you go, folks. That's what it's all about. I was able to take a guy that had no experience, no knowledge, no background in the military, no background in police or fire, EMS, or any of that. Just a nice young man with a good heart and good intentions, and transform him into a person that knew how to properly interview, how to properly dress, shake hands, build long-time business relationships, and to outwardly get compliments from the people judging him. That's what I do for you.
Hi, my name is Kevin Kern, and I am a marketing coach here in Los Angeles, California. And I want to tell you, I have just met Matt, and let me tell you something about Matt. It's remarkable that someone can walk into a room, take center stage, and command the room like nobody else. The stuff that Matt brings to the table is being able to bring that positive change, and he does that just by walking the room, talking, telling his story. Being able to speak from the heart, which is something that you don't see every day. The message and the way it is delivered by Matt is some of the best work that I have seen. Thank you so much, Matt, for making a big difference in our life.
So another important thing that a lot of people take for granted is just simply smiling. Smile and maintain eye contact. Think about it like this. If people can't look you in the eye, they look shady and sketchy to you, don't they? It shows confidence. It shows that you're friendly, and it shows that you're positive. People like themselves. You can take someone that maybe isn't so confident, friendly, and positive and turn them around and be infectious. Be nice. I am telling you, I get so many upgrades, whether it be first class when I fly, upgrades to different hotel rooms when I get there, free desserts when I go out to dinner. The benefits just go on and on and on and on, because this is what I do, is I am just nice to people. Because think about it. When you go out and about, people have jobs that maybe they're not in love with, and they're doing their best, and there are so many grumpy people out there that when you're just that nice person, it is so refreshing to them. They almost feel obligated to give you something for it or to help you out in some way. That reciprocity really kicks in. Let's talk about the handshake for just a moment. You introduce yourself, you smile, and you maintain eye contact. Let me give you an example of how this will work. You extend your hand first. I always have a big bag of tricks in my sleeves. My name is Matt. What do your friends call you? Think about what I just did right there. I built in instant reciprocity. I gave something to myself. They have to tell me who they are, but I did it in a nice way. And I said, what do your friends call you? What did I just establish? We're friends. Instant rapport. So may I call you? You know, if their name's William, what do your friends call you? My friends call me Billy. Can I call you Billy? Sure. We just established we're friends. Instant rapport right there. You shake their hand, and as I said, maintain that good eye contact. So let's continue on here. I'll teach you a little something about building the little guy up and taking the big guy down. What I mean by that is, when you meet somebody, there are social statuses. If you see somebody has low self-esteem, a lot of times I'll call them Mr. or Sir, and I give them just a little bit higher status than myself, because I'm a confident person. I already have an idea of where we're going with things, and there's nothing wrong with building them up, because again, people like themselves. Build them up and make them a confident person. If someone's just a little bit edgy or cocky, I show you in my inner circle training how to take them down just a couple of clicks without them even realizing that you've just done that. I can show you here with a handshake one way of doing that. When someone comes up to you and tries to shake your hand such as this, when they have a palm down handshake, that's a power and control move. What we're looking for is something that is a neutral handshake. This is palm up. That could give you an indication that maybe someone has low self-esteem or more of a submissive type of personality, potentially. This is exactly what we're looking here. A straight web-to-web, straight-on lateral handshake, a neutral handshake. So how do you take control of a handshake? Someone with a dominant personality steps in with their right foot and they have a palm down approach, as you can see here. So what can you possibly do? Well, it's socially acceptable not to twist. First of all, let me just back up one step. Do not try and twist their hand into a perpendicular palm position. That's not what we do. Here is what we do. Let's break this down. It's socially acceptable to touch someone with your opposite hand, your left hand in this case, from anywhere from the top of the hand to the elbow. You just give them a little bit of one-upmanship. Or, depending on if they come up to you and they already do this move where not only do they have the over-the-top handshake, but they put another hand on top of you, then you can move your hand up to the shoulder. This is demonstrated in my live trainings, which I recommend that you attend. And bring friends and family with you. Huge benefits to it. And when you're an Inner Circle member, you can attend these live trainings over and over again absolutely free, as long as you're an active member. So there's all sorts of benefits to this membership, which you're about to find out. You say, Matt, what about handshakes? This is kind of ridiculous. Shaking the hand. Really? You talk about shaking hands? Well, so much so that body language expert Matt Episcopo is featured on the Bill Keeler radio show, WIBX, talking about when President Obama came to town recently and came off the plane and shook hands with the county executive and the city of Rome mayor. And they had me in to analyze the handshake and break down exactly what it meant. If you go to mattepiscopo.com, you can actually watch this there. So do yourself a favor, see the analytics of it, pay attention to handshakes, become an Inner Circle member, come to the live trainings. It all adds up, all of it.
Hi, my name is Dwight Thompson. I was at a conference with Matt over the last couple of days, and he just showed a brilliant demonstration just with reference to meeting someone and how to basically provide a handshake. If someone comes and provides a handshake in which they have the hand on top of the other for you to get the dominant position, all you have to do is basically use your other hand, your left hand in this case, to hold the elbow. And in that case, you will bring back the dominant position back to yourself. Very simple technique, but really it overpowers you because you know that you can control the situation anytime down the line. So thank you, Matt, for that nice, easy tip to use for my meeting clients down the line.
And remember, with things that I'm talking about here, no one has a clue that you're doing it. It doesn't come off as rude. It doesn't come off as arrogant. You're just being a confident, nice, genuine person taking control of a situation. Why body language? As I've alluded to earlier in this webinar, 55% of all human communications is based on just body language, 38 tone of voice, only 7% is spoken word. So if you take a look at it, over 80% of our communication is body language. It's not only important of what we say, which is the 7%, which I also will get laser focused on with you so you can master that 7%. We'll come to that in just a little bit. But that 80%, you're going to be aware of your own body language as well as theirs. And it's almost, people call me the human polygraph, and people think I'm the psychic detective because I can tell what people are thinking. All I'm doing is watching their body language, and it tells me where to go in my conversations and guides me along the path. In telephone communications, you say, well, sometimes my job requires me to be on the telephone. That's not a problem. Tone of voice is 82%, and the words themselves are 18%. So your tone of voice is everything. As I tell my clients, you have to learn to smile on the phone. Let's look at some nonverbal communication examples. Now remember, people think, oh my gosh, this is great because I'm going to know if someone's lying. Not true. These are clues and indicators. If you truly know how to master body language, it'll give you a great direction. And we're not doing it to find out specifically if people are lying. There is no one thing in the world that tells us when something or somebody is lying. It's clusters, it's groups of things, it's corroboration, it's lots of stuff. But let's take a look at some very basic elements. You have to ask yourself, is it timely and is it consistent? You have to norm them. So norming them comes during rapport. When you're building rapport with people, you find out what's normal because you're talking about something happy with them. That's normal. When you start seeing inconsistencies, then you have a baseline to compare against. Simple stuff that you'll learn from me. When we take a look at this, this is a closed, crossed position right here. This is not very inviting. This is something that you don't want to do. This is something to pay attention to. If someone's talking to you, uncross your arms. This is another thing that could potentially make someone look a little bit more nervous when they're clenching their hands. It's not a confident position. What you want is you want good eye contact and a good smile. We've talked about this. Also, this is what an open position looks like. Arms are not crossed. You can see the palms of the hands. Good eye contact, good smile. Something that's more confident than clenched hands is what we call steepling. That's when you take the tips of your fingers and touch them together. That's a very confident position to speak from. You'll see many professional speakers using this technique because it portrays and just oozes confidence. So I have to ask you, are you ready for transformation? Are you willing to take action? If you're willing to take action, I can absolutely help you. I have all the confidence in the world that this is exactly what's going to happen to you. Are you a monkey in a cage? Because if you're a monkey in a cage, I can't help you. If you're going to stay inside that cage and you're not willing to take action and you just want to keep doing everything that you've been doing from day to day to day to day and not take action and not change anything that you're doing, I can't help you. If you're willing to take action and you're willing to make changes, then I absolutely have a solution for you. Becoming an inner circle member with me as your mentor. It's easy and it comes with a guarantee. I've taken all the risk out of it because you're like, boy, Matt, this sounds good, but I just don't know. Not a problem. Again, prove me wrong. I'm going to lay out for you here in just a second exactly how this thing goes and why it goes the way that it does, because it's laid out not by chance, but it's by design. And I offer you a 30-day risk-free guarantee. Get in, try it out. If you don't like it, just say, I want my money back. No questions asked. Because here's what happens. The people that are serious and take actions become massively effective, and it's like pouring blood in the water with sharks, and they want more and more and more because they become so effective at what they're doing, and they see so much more success, and it's all about that for them, the personal benefits that they gain. The money is absolutely irrelevant, and let's remember, this isn't about money. If you're approaching this from a money standpoint, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. The money will come, but that's not the focus. So if you go to mattepiscopo.com, as a matter of fact, let me click a link up here for you right now. Let me put the Inner Circle membership on here. So I'm going to take down the action map right here, remove offer, and I'm going to put in the Inner Circle membership and display that right now. So now there's a link on your sidebar that says Inner Circle membership. This is absolutely ridiculous, and I've been told by several of my colleagues and peers how ridiculous this is, that I'm offering it for only $50 a month, because I'm going to show you exactly what it is that you get for your $50 a month. When you become an Inner Circle member with me, you're going to get access to webinars. Some are live webinars, some are pre-recorded webinars, but you're going to have webinars for continued training. Some of the webinars will consist of case studies from people just like you that started out, and you get to see the progress of them going step by step and the success that's coming their way and the building blocks that build upon it. There's going to be question and answer sessions. So if you have questions, sometimes they'll be answered in the form of a webinar, sometimes just strictly email. There's a newsletter that comes out that has all sorts of great information. There's continued support all along the way. Once you become an Inner Circle member, you're going to have access to a private Facebook group. So it's all other Inner Circle members, and that way you can partner up with people and have an ability to have an accountability partner. It gives you the ability to have someone that holds your feet to the fire and makes you responsible for doing things and taking action. You'll also get a VIP master pass to my live trainings. This is anything that I'm holding for myself. Obviously, you can't come to something that someone hired me to come to because it's a private event, but any events that I put on as a VIP member, an Inner Circle member, you can sometimes come and see how I set up. You can see the behind-the-scenes work that goes on. You get access to me like other people do not. And the best part about this is it's available on any device. I've taken a lot of time and a lot of effort to put this so that it's online. You will access it on a membership web page, so you can do it on your cell phone, on your tablets, on your PCs, your computers, anywhere that you have internet access. Doesn't matter. You just enter your username and your password, and you can get in and have access to this anywhere. That is so much better than a box of discs, because let's tell you, are you really going to watch all those discs? Are you going to crack that box open? Some will. I did. I'm going to be honest with you, I did. But a lot of people don't. So I made it very, very specific. Let me tell you why I made it the way that I do. It's important for me because I've got an incredible record of building success with people, and I don't fail. I don't let people down. This is my guarantee to you. I take you step by step through this. In order to do that, I need to instill structure and discipline in you, and that's going to take the first 12 weeks. You're going to start out as a bronze member. In week 1 through 12, I'm simply implementing structure and discipline, because well, I will give you content, tons of it, there's no doubt about that, but if you don't have structure and discipline in place, I can give you all the content in the world, but if you don't know how to use it or how to apply it or have that structure and discipline in place, it's useless. And this is why a lot of systems fail. People will give you all sorts of information, but they don't give you the structure and discipline that you need to make it work. So week 1 through 12, you're going to get access to my Success Foundation system. Pardon me. This is where the rubber meets the road, and you get the structure and the discipline. I'm going to teach you how to do things first the hard way, so you can see how easy the hard way is. It sounds kind of silly, but it's true. I take things and chunk them down for you so that Not necessarily every day, but each day you'll get just a little tiny something to do, because it's a lot easier to do a little thing and the next day do a little more and a little more and a little more. And next thing you know, you're at the end of month 1 and you're like, holy cow, look at everything I've done, because you've only done little tiny bits. So you do it because it's not going to take a huge chunk of time out of your day, so you're actually going to do it, and then you're going to see the rewards from it, so you're going to want to go quicker. But I'm not going to let you go quicker. It's drip content that goes to you very specifically for certain reasons here. You're going to get worksheets provided to you so that you can work things out. You have to know, what is your mission statement? What is your vision? What are your goals? What are these things? I'm going to teach you how to work this stuff out so that you know exactly what it is that you're doing, so you get the worksheets. Then, as a bonus surprise, which I'm kind of tipping now, you're going to get these beautiful action maps. After you've done all the hard work, I've made these gorgeous maps for you to have that you can laminate and keep with you, that just spell out everything that you need to do at a quick, beautiful glance. I'm a huge, huge, huge fan of infographics. I like being able to look at something quick and have all the information I need there. I'm providing all this to you. And we were talking about time boxing earlier. I've actually included some software that I purchased the rights to so that you can have the software for time boxing. After you go through to the next level, which is the silver level, weeks 13 through 24, you're going to see the Inner Circle membership is a 1-year plan of your success. So now you move into quarter number 2. You get more of these action success maps. These success maps will allow you to take action in a great way. They're beautiful maps, and each one comes with a map and then an instructions sheet, a lesson plan, if you will. And now after you get into the second quarter, the work starts to cut down, because the first quarter was just getting you up to ground zero, so you had the structure and discipline. Now that you have focus, now we just start giving you a little bit of content each week. Now don't mistake that in the course of, while all this is going on, this is all bonus material. This is all bonus material because I'm doing, remember, at the same time, expert interviews, I'm doing webinars, all this other stuff is going on in the background. This is all bonus stuff that I'm just gifting to you because I want to see you successful. Then we move into the next quarter, the gold membership level, weeks 25 through 36. You're going to continue to get more of these success maps, but now I'm adding a new element of copywriting in there. Copywriting is persuasion in the written form. You're going to learn copywriting like you've never seen before. And then we move into the platinum level, where you continue to get success planning. You get the weekly stuff, you get the maps, you get all this stuff. It just keeps building and building and building, and each quarter I add a new element, so it all builds upon itself. And you're going to get the Search Monster course, which has over 19 videos and 99 minutes of training. And again, this is all bonus material. This is just so ridiculous. $50 a month is a joke for my life's work and for what you're going to be achieving with this like you never have before, regardless of your background, regardless of your income, regardless of your education. None of this matters. I don't care if you're the most successful person in the world. I can still teach you something, and I will. That's my guarantee, or I give you your money back. It's just that simple. So right now, I want you to click on that link and fill in the blanks and become a member of my Inner Circle membership right now. Take action right now. Go ahead. I'm going to pause for a second to give you a second to click on that link. Do it. Money back guarantee. Listen, you have nothing to lose. I don't know why you wouldn't. You came here to the webinar. You took action. I've already given you a ton of tips, I've laid out a success plan for a minimum of a year for you at $50 a month. That is a joke. Now, here's the thing. Why have I combined it this way? Because you're going to get the structure and the discipline that you need. You're going to get the content. Plus, I'm doing a series of live trainings too. So here's what happens is you come to my class and you hear what it is that I have to say, and you go out and you implement. When you come back again, you know even more than you did before, because first time around you kind of learn the lingo. Then you go out and you do it. Then once you go out and do it, you have some successes, and you come back and you build upon it. And so the combination of the webinars, the live training, the home study courses, on and on and on, just chunked down into doable bite-sized bits that you can do that builds upon each other, is what makes you quickly and massively more successful than you are right now. So click on that button, become a member, prove me wrong. I will play your testimony. Look at this is the way I am. I put it out there. If you're going to be successful, I'm absolutely going to play the video of you giving me a raving testimonial saying, you know what, I didn't believe Matt Episcopo. I took the chance and I did this, this, and this, and now here's my results. I play those all the time, which you saw some here on this webinar. And if someone, it just doesn't exist right now, does exactly as I say and they don't have success, I'm willing to play that too because I'm a fair person. I'll play both sides for you. Now, some of you will want the entire package, and you will see that when you click on that link, there is the Power Persuasion System as well. It sells on my webpage for $3,000. If you get the Power Persuasion System, you also become an Inner Circle member, and you get all that as well. And I will knock the price down from $3,000. Contact me directly. I'll give you the code that you can put in to knock that price down. Some people, I'm just telling you right now, some people want the whole thing, and some people just want to be a member and graduate up to Power Persuasion System. That's your call, but at the bare minimum, you need to be an Inner Circle member right now. So click on that button, become a member, and let's get to work on your success. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for spending your time with me. Your time is the most precious thing that you have, and you gave me some of your time, and the time we had together, I gave you as much as I could possibly give you with the time here. Now become a member, and the floodgates will open. It's not a matter of if you can be successful or more successful. It's a matter of can you handle more success that I'm going to teach you to have. I'll see you at my trainings. Take care.